evening, everybody, and welcome to Out of the Fog. Tonight's episode, we have Tara Lehman from Eventive talking about her virtual event series, and we got Scott Hillyer from Coffee Matters talking about how he's making the most of what Tara's got going on in the face of these COVID times. And after the break, it's back with Mallory Johnson, and she's going to be talking to us all about her new video, the national airplay she's getting, and everything exciting going on for her. It's Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, I'm Melissa Royal-Critch, host of Wednesday nights on Out of the Fog on Rogers TV. Every week we chat with political, business, and community leaders about things going on right here in our city. So tune in at 7:30 or again at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays on Out of the Fog.
This is Rogers TV.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Out of the Fog. I'm your boy DC, and I'm hanging out with the one and only event queen, Tara Lehman. Tara, how you doing?
I'm fabulous, thank you. You're sweet calling me that.
Well, you're sweet.
How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much. Still looking at your beautiful face, even though it's via the internet, instead of running into you all over town at all of the places like we love to do. Tara, you have had quite an inventive, successful foray into the world of events and event management. Why don't you tell everyone watching at home just a quick little summary of your life as a purveyor of events of every kind?
All right. Well, a lot of people will tell you they remember me back when I launched my career as somebody who started running singles events, speed dating events. And so that was over 10 years ago. And that, for your viewers, by the way, is how they need to know that you, Donnie, nicknamed me the Love Diva. So that's
you have a column in a magazine.
Not call you out on it. It wasn't supposed to stick, and it did. Like 10 years later, people still know that name. But anyway, that's how my event career started out, just loving bringing people together. And then I ended up helping, as you know, Donnie, some great Juno Award winners. You got to perform with some of them, like Dan Hill and Alan Frew. And so we got to explore the music scene together, you and I, even more. And I carried on into venue management and helping with weddings. And so I've had my hands in everything. And so now for the virtual world, I'm helping businesses and entertainers and music seekers how to find it all online, how to pivot. Pivot's the hot word, isn't it?
Yeah, we're pivoting. Pivots and triggers and boundaries. I mean, those are the words we're living by, you know? I love it. And I'm all over the Eventive twist and the leaning into the future of having more virtual events. And being a virtual venue is quite an interesting reference that you've come up with. And I think that speaks so well to the future of how we all are going to need to approach planning successful events. Wouldn't you agree?
I do. It's the, virtual venue is, I just kind of came up with that, calling myself that off the cuff. And I thought, well, that sounds silly. But the more I was updating my website to talk about how I can now help people plan their virtual events, I started adding in my own calendar of events. And that was essentially with these parties we're going to talk about is my website is largely an event calendar now. So yeah, I became a virtual venue. That's what I'm at.
So how's that going?
It's going awesome. I've been doing
how that works and how you consult, you know?
Yeah, well, it started honestly with just, at the beginning, all of this, people were kind of just frozen in time, not knowing what to do. And so I was doing these bi-week, about every 2 nights, I would be on the phone with my girlfriends having wine and stuff. And I thought, wait a minute, this actually isn't that much different than the house parties I used to host. You got everyone just sitting around catching up, and everyone loves a good old house party. So I just called up some of the musicians I know and said, why don't we try a virtual dinner and concert party? So some people bring dinner, others don't, you know, whatever, just as long as you bring a drink. And yeah, they're every other Saturday, but now I'm also collaborating with Coffee Matters on it. So I'm helping them host one concert the same way each week, and then I have my own the next week. So now I'm at the point that I'm offering all of you one virtual concert a week, and that's gonna grow. I have other plans.
Oh, I bet you do.
I know.
I think that's so great.
Yeah, so it's going good. I got a full calendar up until August. Like,
whoa, get out of here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So talk about how they've been going so far, and what are you learning from giving virtual event consultancy and running your own virtual events?
It's funny. There's no one same audience all the time because it depends on the artist. But a lot of people, they're coming and just loving a way to connect with people that they normally wouldn't be socializing with otherwise. And in true St. John style, people come in and they're like, oh my God, and they see somebody they didn't even expect to see, because, you know, everybody knows everybody here. Right. So yeah, so they're going great. And then people just sign up for the next one and the next one, and they just, you know, they're the real music lovers. That's who they attract. So they're people that are really missing the scene, and they're happy with paying to come to it. And, you know, and it's a paying gig for the musicians, you know, like I want to support the musicians as well. And so now there's actually artists that are coming at me going, I've heard about your concerts. Like, how do I get in on it? And like, that's just beautiful. So I love that. So we do 2 sets of music each night. It runs from for 2 hours. But after the music's over, I have a hard time getting people off the phone. It's almost like the people that close the bar down at the end of the night, they just hang on. They don't want to hang up, even though the music's done, you know? So it's quite a little community. And Arthur O'Brien's the next one this Saturday. So that's looking forward to that one.
That's so exciting. Who've you had on so far?
I've had Nick Earl, Natalie Noseworthy. We've done Carla Pilgrim. I feel like I'm missing a couple, but that's I have
so cool.
I have Mallory coming on. You're interviewing Mallory later, so she's coming on soon. I've got a couple shows with Fairgale planned, Andrew and Fairgale.
They are on the ball. I'm going to have them on next week. I know,
right? Yeah, and Mark with Rum Ragged, and I got Dennis Parker a couple of times. I got Carla Pilgrim coming back. There's and Sherry Ryan as well. Don't want to forget her. So, and it's just growing.
That's wild.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, what are people saying after they attend these events? What's the feedback that you're getting?
That they know that the city needs it, that they haven't seen anything like it. And even the artists are saying that. They're saying like, oh my goodness, you're giving me, you know, because they're so used to Facebook Live where the viewers and the artists can't interact with each other. So when I do it on Zoom, everyone's just kind of like, oh my God, because it gives more of an experience. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're spreading word, and a lot of them come back again, and they're just loving the connection.
Well, that's so great. I'm so excited for you. And I know that under the umbrella of events, given COVID life, we are all very much wondering what the future of events are going to be in any context of socialization, let alone coming together for bigger causes. So I think you are well positioned to be a lady in the know regarding all things with events in terms of the future, because every event you have, you're learning more and more about what works and what doesn't. Am I right?
Yeah, and the events industry is going to be one of the last ones to bounce back. So even when we are allowed to be in groups again, that's it. Virtual is cemented. This is it. This is not temporary. So, you know, everyone's just going to have to learn to embrace it. Not everybody's there yet, but, you know, everyone's going to have to get there to listen to music. It's just the way it's going to be.
I agree. Well, I'll tell you what, we got Scott from Coffee Matters who's going to join us in just a few seconds. So let's just stay tuned now, and I'm going to invite him in right now.
Excellent.
And we're back here with the one and only Scott Hillyer from Coffee Matters, which is a multi-location coffee shop and kitchen located in various locations across Newfoundland and in Nova Scotia. How you doing, buddy?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Doing great. I want to really thank you for being on this segment. Obviously, as you know, hanging out with the one and only Tara Lehman, who has been doing her own virtual events. And now Coffee Matters is caught up in the magic. Why don't you explain how all that came together, Scott?
Yeah, so Tara reached out to me and we were talking about how, things are changing and how people are at home and, are probably missing a cafe experience. So we decided that we would do a virtual cafe series. So last Thursday, we had our very first one. And so basically, we hired a musician. They came into our coffee shop and they played. People joined by Zoom to watch the concert. And earlier that day, they stopped into our cafe and we had desserts ready for them, a sleeve of brew at home coffee and some kettle chips. So basically, they had a cafe in their own home.
That's so wicked. And you get any feedback from it? How does it feel to offer that?
Yeah, no, all the people that attended had very favorable comments and really, really enjoyed the whole, the whole night. And, we had a lot of people calling after the show saying they wish they had joined. So that's why Tara and I are here to talk about that. We're going to have a few more of those. So certainly it's the way of the future, I guess, in all this virtual land. And, while everybody used the word pivot and, we're constantly pivoting and trying to redo our business. And so the biggest part, I guess the biggest issue I had is that, being a independent owner, having several locations, and a big shout out to all those restaurateurs who are doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. The big issue I have is that we have 3 units that we're trying to get up and running, and it's me trying to get all that done. So, this morning I opened up Mount Pearl, ran to Paradise. We had a little staff meeting up there and tried to get things going up there, and back here to serve supper tonight. So it's not for the faint of heart, let me tell you.
Well, Tara and I were talking about before you hopped on the call how amazing it is to lean into social media so hard, and you've become a little bit of a small business lightning rod where every time you make a post there's like 100 comments under the chain. How does it make you feel to have so many people tuned into you and the Coffee Matters brand?
Well, I guess I had somebody, sorry, I just had to bring a meal out to a customer's car there. Sorry about that. I'll sit back down. I guess the one thing is that a lot of people are scared to say how they're feeling. I mean, and truly the other day, I was feeling mentally exhausted. And what brought me back up were the number of people who emailed me or who shouted out to me saying, Scott, you know what? 2 weeks ago, I was there. And just sometimes watching your Facebook Live posts or just listening to some of the things that you do, it gave me the kick in the arse that I needed to get my business back on track. So if there was any one thing that gave me motivation to keep me going, was just hearing that, because when you do this stuff, you don't do it thinking that people are really watching or people are really paying attention. But then when you hear those types of things coming back, it's like, wow, okay, I don't do it for that. But when you hear people saying that back to you, it makes a huge difference on how I see my day.
That's absolutely the case. So guys, in our wrap moment, Tara, when is your next Coffee Matters event going down?
Next Thursday, the 21st, with Fairgale. Well, 2 of the band members, because they're not in all each other's bubbles. So we have Andrew and Brad, and they're amazing. So if anyone hasn't heard of them, geez, go to YouTube, man. They're fantastic.
Yeah,
so
the Boys of Summer single they released is fire.
Yeah.
And Scott, how can everyone keep in your energy in Coffee Matters land to stay up to date with everything you got going on?
So the real nice thing happened is that we were contacted by Kona, and so we took on a work-term student. She's part of the tourism program and restaurant program at Kona. So she's just getting our feet wet. So we're in the process now of updating our website. So I've been constantly going to Facebook, but she's now in the process of updating our website. So we're going to have a new landing page. So on that landing page will be any upcoming events, any new online ordering. So, I'm a little bit old school. I like the phone, but being here on any given day. The other day, one of my good friends was in help me, and she said, I'd have that phone thrown right out to the dumpster. And I said, well, it is what it is. But, truly, I understand that we have to get more to the online presence. So our website will be updated and a little bit more friendly. And Tara's actually been kind of trying to help us with that too. So, I really am overwhelmed with the amount of people who have, wanted to help, and Tara included. I mean, she keeps saying, I wish there was something more I could do for you. And, that really warms the heart when you see people who really want to help see you succeed. So, it's really good. And you know what? Sometimes I was scared to ask for help. And anybody who's out there looking at, watching this, don't be afraid to ask, because you know what? There's a lot of people out there who want to help you succeed.
That's so wicked. Thank you guys so much for being on the show. I'll let you both go. After this break, it's Mallory Johnson talking about life in the music songwriter scene, and you'll catch her with Tara in weeks ahead as well. Thanks, guys.
Can I call out my website so people know where to get tickets?
Give it to me.
Yes.
All right. So aside from Coffee Matters, you can find me at geteventive.com. So it's geteventive.com. Find me there.
Sounds good. I will. All right.
All right.
See you soon. Back after this break, everybody.
All right, girls.
Mom, you said it's played again.
Workplace injuries hurt the most at home.
At St. John Ambulance, we're all about community. We teach life-saving skills and provide community support through our volunteer services. All St. John Ambulance product sales and training registrations support these important services. Volunteer, donate, or enroll in a program today so we can continue to have an impact on our community. Visit sja.ca to learn more. At St. John Ambulance, we do more than save lives, we change lives.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and as you know, at this point, it's a virtual series, but that don't mean we can't all hang out and have a good time. I just had Scott and Tara on in the last segment talking about virtual events, and an amazing local Newfoundland and Labrador star amongst us who's going to be appearing in one of those events in the months ahead is the one and only Mallory Johnson. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Mallory, if anyone out there in TV land across the province or on the internets does not know, allow me to set them straight that you are what's up. Country, top of life spent singing, major fanship, everyone loves you, singles galore, and now a new video at the Bull, no less.
At the Bull, I know. Tino was so amazing about that, because of course, like, we wanted part of that video to be, kind of like a local bar, closing time, this kind of tavern, smoky, cool lights, and I mean, it's a no-brainer. The Bull is would be perfect for that.
Yeah, you must be pretty tough when you, log into social media and someone shared the video, or you get emails from people who are listening to your music and loving it. It must make you feel pretty great, eh?
It does. And I think a part of it too, why it feels so cool is that I was very much involved in the production and the collaboration and that kind of thing. And of course, having my brother produce and direct it was really special. And my dad was in the video, and we have some local familiar faces in there. So we have Nick Earl, we have Robert Kelly, we have Jason Howard, we have Keith Power. So there's some friends and family in there that just made it so much more special, and we all kind of got to celebrate together. So yeah, it was really cool to see the response that everyone gave us.
I mean, talk to me about how, you are pivoting during these COVID times and what you're hearing and feeling from day to day, because, with so much going on and so much booked and planned, and from radio tours and everything across the island, performances, how are you adapting?
Well, I mean, I guess trying to just navigate the same way as everybody else, in this industry and every other industry. I mean, trying to be creative in other ways, do a lot more online, like social media, and try to get some more video content and photo content at this time. I am lucky that I do have my brother here. I'm quarantined with him, and he's a videographer. So I kind of get to do a little bit of work while I'm home. But it's been tough. I mean, there's been days where I just don't want to do anything. I haven't been motivated. Like the last thing I want to do is get on Zoom and write a drinking song, because it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird times, but on the bright side of things, it's been really cool to see all the collaboration happening. Everyone kind of has a level playing field too in that respect when you see all these online shows and things like that. So yeah, it's been really wonderful to see all of the collaboration that's taking place. But you know, nothing beats a live show though in person. So I'm really hoping that sooner than later we can get back out there and do our thing.
So what everyone in my musical life is saying to me, and I had Kellyanne Evans on the show a few weeks back, and she did the same thing. She's like, yeah, like I thrive in the face-to-face venue, and you know, online is great in a whole bunch of ways. I'm glad that Tara's event is forcing the metric of pay to attend.
Right.
Kathy Hicks I had on the show a few weeks back, and Kathy said something very important, which is like, let's not forget in these virtual performances about the pass the hat moment that needs to happen. Mallory, listen, outside of the future and things that are sort of delayed and short-term canceled, things of that nature, how can people engage with your music and find the amazing tunes that you have online, and how can we get at you?
Oh, well, thanks for those kind words. Yeah, you can find my music anywhere. You can download or stream, you know, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, all that stuff. But the easiest place to kind of find all of it wrapped in one pretty bow is my website at MalloryJohnsonMusic.com.
Love it. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to close out the show tonight by playing the full video of your latest release, the one we were talking about earlier. Why don't you tell us about that song? Just paint a picture of the magic, where it comes from. Just tell us everything.
Totally, I'd love to. Well, that song was an accidental write. So I was having a girls' night actually on St. Patty's Day in 2018 with two of my closest girlfriends in Nashville. And of course, being from Newfoundland, we celebrate St. Patty's Day like nobody else. So I wanted to show the girls a good time. So I had them over and we were drinking margaritas all day. Because I don't really like beer, so we didn't do the green beer thing.
Gotcha.
So we were just having tequila, and I had Irish Newfoundland music playing all day. And you know, as best girlfriends, we were kind of gossiping a little bit about ex-relationships and that kind of thing. And I think it had to have been after midnight, and Tennille was fixing up some more margaritas at the counter, and one of us got a message from an ex-boyfriend. I honestly don't remember who it was. But one of us got a message, and then Tennille had said, oh yeah, a drunk mind speaks a sober heart, because it was so late and it was St. Patty's Day. So I mean, of course people are going to get a few drunken texts. So yeah, so she had made this comment, a drunk mind speaks a sober heart. And me and Kristen just looked at each other and said, has someone wrote that song before? Like, has that title been taken? And so we all got on our phones to check Google to see if that was a popular title, and we didn't really find anything. So we sat down at like 1 a.m. in the morning and wrote this like devastating, heartbreaking song. And it has like this beautiful little life to it. It's been nominated for an Independent Music Award for Best Country Song. It's a finalist in the International Songwriting Competition. It was just premiered on CMT. And now we're sending it to Canadian radio. So yeah, it's a fun. I'm so proud of it. I'm so excited.
And we're loving it. So thank you so much for making this time to hang out with me on the show. Guys, Mallory Johnson, check her out on her website. Go to YouTube, go to Facebook, follow her, watch her, support her. She's on the rise. This is Out of the Fog, and we'll see you guys next time. Watch the video and enjoy. Thanks, Mallory.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye.
When you're drinking, talking circles, reminiscing like nothing ended, didn't leave a scar. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart. You try to tell me that you still love me, Most days we're doing fine, out of sight, out of mind. One more sip and it ignites a spark. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart. You try to tell me that you still love me, and I try to say you're in over your head. Can't hide what we've been keeping in the dark. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart, yeah. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart. I don't know why I feel this way. One more round and I'll be brave enough to miss you enough to wish you to stay. You try to tell me you still love me, and I try to say you're in over your head. Can't hide what we've been keeping in the dark. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart. You try to tell me that you still love me, and I try to say you're in over your head. Can't hide what we've been keeping in the dark. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart, yeah. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart, yeah. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy DC, and I am the Thursday night host of St. John's local tradition, Out of the Fog. You know, local matters here on the show, and from arts and business, not-for-profit, anybody doing anything great to make our province a more rewarding place to live and work. It all happens right here in the studio. So join me and my boy DJ Slim Macho every Thursday night for Out of the Fog.
This is Rogers TV.
Hi, this is Shannon Reed of the Craft Council of Newfoundland and Labrador. As an organization with members across our island, we see firsthand how the impact of this health crisis is affecting entrepreneurial families.